Hi, I'm just doing a wee bit run to try and find the old farm, Old Steele's farm that I can remember way back in the old days. The way we used to go is just show you this wee kind of map here that I scribbled out. Munglehead Road, this is going up here as you can see. We used to go to the top of the Munglehead Road, and as the road curves, we used to turn right, and the farm was just over there, more or less. But yesterday when I went up, I got as far as here, just turned off, and that was it, brick wall. On down here there's houses and all that now, new houses, so obviously the whole area's changed. So what I decided to do today is to go the other way and see where that goes. So what I did is I went down to Carn Bridge, which is here, opposite more or less the Sioux House. Then I went along this old road here going the other way. There's the old bridge that led to nowhere, as I always called it. That's a wee buggy brig that went into Carn Works. Well, I went through the bridge and was following the road round, but it's all changed obviously. I remember this part here was actually a field, and there was a road gone up that way, and you came to the farmhouse. But as I say, it's all changed. When I started going up, this is what we got. Oh, it's all done lovely, don't get me wrong. Lovely houses at the back of me all the way around. But I'm trying to find where this field was, and I think it's maybe over about here somewhere. But there were a couple of people passing, walking their dog and taking the kiddie for a wee hurl in the pram. And asked him, is there a farmhouse around here? Oh, I'm a good bit away for you to say. So way over that way. And I'm saying, oh, something's changed. But the only farmhouse I can remember way over there is the one at Camlin Cemetery. You'll know the one I mean, it's up on the hill. But that seems a pretty newish farmhouse compared with the one I can remember. Because as I said, when we went to the farmhouse there, up here, as we came down there was a big orchard in there. And next door to it was the farmer's house. Old Steely's, if I remember rightly. So we used to go in there and we'd see the farmer's wife say, any chance of getting some apples out the orchard? And she'd say, OK, I didn't mind. I'll let you into the orchard, but you do not take any from the trees. You don't shake branches, climb trees or anything. What you do is walk around and they'll find apples on the ground. Pick as many of them as you like, but do not touch the trees. I'll be watching you for the window, she says. So we used to do that. And at that time, we had jerseys. And we wore the wee belts with the S clip on them, the wee elastic belts to keep our trousers up. So we used to tuck our jersey in there. And that let us use our jerseys as a kind of bag. So we'd snap all the apples in our jersey and we'd come back out and we'd say, thanks, missus. She says, OK then. And that was it. We'd come down this way and we'd come out at Carn Bridge and then we'd cross the road more or less into Cobbray Creek, Carnside Street, Cobbray Creek, and then we'd be home. But it's all changed obviously. As you can see, this is what it's like. It's a lovely place, don't get me wrong. You can walk their dog, most people do that here. It's really nice, and up the top here, as you see, lovely houses, but no farm. So it's got me in a wee quandary this. Where did that farm go? The one at the cemetery looks too new compared to the one I remember. Now, the orchard in that house, was it demolished? I don't know. Because I wanted to do a wee story about Steely the farmer. There was two names came to mind. There was Steele and Brown. I know Brown. I think he had something to do with the wee farm that used to be at the bottom of Caldwell Brae. That was a lad that used to go around delivering manure to folks' houses for their garden, you know what I mean? But Steely was the one, because just like Pal Johnson in the old days, Pal Johnson done wonders for the community, but so did Steely. And you never hear it about him or anything like that. All what we see more or less nowadays is the big tractor. I did a wee thing about the Carn Company houses, the tenements opposite the garage in Carn Road the other day, and just as I switched off my camera and that, woe betide, what passed me was this big green tractor, wheels bigger than me. You've probably seen it yourself. Then there's wee Steve, I think it's a Steely, one of the family sitting in the cab driving this big monster. And at the back of me had this huge bloody trailer full of bales of straw. I've no doubt you've seen it. Now, I don't know who the driver is. I would take it as one of the Steele family. And I was wanting to do a wee thing about them, because when we were kids, he helped us out a lot. He helped our families a lot, which they've never been recognised for, really. So that's what I want to do. My next wee clip is make a wee film about them, put it that way, just like we did with Paul Johnson. I notice they've got a lovely wee memorial out at Camlin Cemetery, which I just noticed there a couple of weeks back. And when you look over from that wee memorial, there's a farmhouse, so they can just look out the window and they can see where the loved one is buried. I was going to go out and take a couple of photos of that and maybe put it on here later on. But we do owe that farmer a hell of a lot in this area, because they did a lot for us. Hopefully you'll enjoy my wee story, but it was true.